Well, this is great. Our dryer went out not too long ago, and I rebuilt it like several times, put like 3 heating elements in, changed the bearings, all that crap. So I decided, what the hell, we're gonna go ahead and get a new dryer. So we got a new dryer. We've had it for a few months. Well, now the washer went out. Now I gotta get this dryer off of there and tear this washer apart. Bearing went out on it. So now when it's cycling, it is just louder and crap. And just screaming like a bunch of screaming kids. This is my washer. It's a Samsung WF210ANW/XAA01. I have changed the bearings on this probably 6 years ago, maybe. And they went out again. I've changed the pump at least 3 or 4 times, which is a pain in the butt. And I'm at the point, like, I just want to get a new washer. But the problem is, these front loading washing machines are expensive. I mean, we got a good deal on this. That's why that one's black. But it's still Samsung. We got it on clearance, so I didn't mind paying that. But right now, I can't find any washers, and it's only $20 for the bearings. So that's what we're gonna do today, guys. You just can't ever catch a break. So let me show you what the bearings look like. Okay, here's the bearings. This is the part number. This is just $20. I think it was on Amazon. Washer bearing and seal kit. There's one bearing. Here's the seal. And then there's our other bearing. So, let's get started. First, I'm going to try to, well, sorry, we got a mess. We're remodeling in the craft room too. Oh yeah, I need to post a video of that. Anyway, get sidetracked. So let's get this done. So we got to take that dryer off. Do that. I may have to see if one of the kids can help me lift that thing up and put it on the ground. And let me tear into this, and then I'll show you what bearings I'm changing. Well, I pulled that down by myself. Should have videoed how I struggled to get it down, but I just basically bear hugged it and carried it down, and it about crushed me. Fun. All right, so we got a screw here and a screw here. I need to put this somewhere. All right, just get me a bowl, throw the screws in. Should be these two, and you should be able to grab this, lift it up, and pull it back. And there we go. And we have access in here. Well, next, we'll take the plastic ones off first. So all these, where the plastic is, so it looks like just 3 screws. There may have been 4 at one time. All right. 1, 2, 3. 3. I think you just push that down and it slides out. Oh, look at it. I lied to you. Okay, now what else we got? This thing should come off. Okay, looks like you just lean it back. There we go. Okay, now we'll just unplug all this. Okay, what else? Right here.
remember having to take all this crap off, but I guess I did. Oh, come on. Oh, make sure you unplug it, guys. I already unplugged it, but I didn't tell you that. I mean, surely you guys know. Alright, why is this one not coming off? Alright, for some reason that one was being stubborn. So it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs. And then your whole controller will come off. Put that to the side. Okay, now it looks like we're going to take this one off. I think we'll end up having to take this off too. I can't remember, but for now, it should be these 4 screws. And what's going to happen is you'll see these little pins. You'll just kind of lift it up a little, lean it towards you, and I think this whole top will pop off. All right, so I got these 4 screws off, pried this off. Now we need to take this seal off here. Let's get in there and pull it apart. Your ring will pop off here too, your little spring. Just put that to the side. And finish pulling your ring out. Whoa, look out. Trying to kill me. All right, now we can unplug it right here. Okay, it should be. Down here, this will be tucked in like that. Pull that out like that. This door is broken, so I just fell off. So let's pull this plastic off, and there'll be 2 screws here that hold this on. All right, so we got our cover off. Like I said, take that plastic piece out. It's right here. Pop that out, and you'll see your 2 screws. Just take them out and then it'll come off. All right, what else we got to do? After looking at this, even if we took this off, this drum's not going to come out because the drum comes out to here. Now that I'm thinking, I think I actually pulled this whole thing out. Now that I'm remembering. I don't know if you can see the screws right there. It is right in the middle. I think you have to take the screws all the way around this plastic housing, and then the 2 housings will separate. So I definitely got to finish taking this off. So it'll be these 3 screws, pretty much all this crap. This will take that support out, and then this will come out. We're going to end up tearing this thing completely down. Mother trucker. Fun. All right, got me a 10mm socket and extension. I went and took out my bolt here for your shock absorber. And same thing over here. Took the bolt out of the shock absorber. Just pull it forward and it pops out of that little channel. And it's just floating. I got all the hoses unhooked. Unhooked the hose there. Unhooked the hose here. Left all this hooked up. That way I didn't have to mess with it. Unhooked this hose. Like I said, now it's just floating and it's got it hanging on with these springs. So now I believe it's time to start taking these bolts out. These are 10mm also. So I'll take all those out and hopefully this thing will separate. All right, it popped off. There's these little slots up here. Pop them out and your springs can come out of here. It's kind of heavy because you got the weight up here. I just used my knee kind of lifted it up and pulled the spring out, dropped it down, came over here, did the same thing. You could probably leave these struts on and save them for last. Probably be easier. All right, so we're ready to pull the drum out, I believe. Maybe not. Okay, it's one screw here, and then lift it up, and your access panel comes off. We are tearing this down to nothing. All right. Oh, great. I get to go back to the shop and go find a socket that fits that. Mother trucker. It is always something, ain't it? So I guess we'll take the struts off of here, both sides. Take this thing completely out now. Crap, what size is that? Probably a 19? Hey, let me go measure this and go get a socket. Back and forth, back and forth. All right, take your 19 millimeter bolt out, and it's counterclockwise. I didn't know if it was clockwise, or I didn't know if it's left-handed threads or right-handed threads, but yeah, it's counterclockwise, just normal threads. And then this pulls off. It's kind of hard because it's magnetic, so it's magnetized. Just kind of got to wiggle it off. There's one of the bearings we'll be changing, and now I think the drum should come out, and the other bearings should be in there too. So let me pull this apart and see what it looks like. What a chore, man. Okay, so what I did is put the screw or the bolt back in the shaft, screwed that in there. Of course, the socket's stuck on there now, but then you take your hammer and beat that thing to death until that axle pops out. And then you'll have to, I had to use my three-quarter socket to get the bolt back off. Well, I boogered up the head of it a little bit, so I had to hammer the socket back on. So it's kind of stuck on there for right now. Pull that out. Now you can get your drum out. And here is our bearing. You got your bearing on the other side we'll knock out. This is what fails. Basically, this is your seal. When that seal goes bad, it lets water go in, and then the water gets in there and washes out your bearings. So ruins your bearings that way. That's what always goes out. So you'll just take a punch or screwdriver, pop this out this way, and then your outer bearing, you'll take a punch or something and drive that bearing out that way. Then you're going to go on the other side, on this side, you're going to drive that inner bearing out. Well, we may not be doing any of this now because we have got a crack, and it's busted here, it's busted down there, so you can see this is all broken. Not good. And it's one of them, if I weld it, it's just going to be out of balance, end up breaking. I'm going to look online, see if I can find a new axle. If I can't find another axle, we did all this for nothing, and now we got to go get a washing machine. Mother trucker. Welcome to my world. All right, to be determined. But that's how you change your bearing. If this ain't broke and messed up, just swap out your bearing. Gosh dang it. It's never easy for me. It's always something. No, why? Why me? Sam's son, you son of a... All right, why? I'm going to end up go ahead and taking this out completely. So I would go ahead, there's a little plug here and there. You should be able to get your springs out with the socket this way. But I went ahead and took mine out because I plan on taking this out so I can knock the bearings out. I think it's going to be easier. Just unplug the wires. It's pretty simple. Plug here, plug there. And then there's another plug. And then one screw right here. Takes the whole harness off. And then, of course, a ground. I went and put the screws back in so I don't lose them. Now I can go knock these bearings out. And I'll probably put it on a 5-gallon bucket. That way I have something to kind of support it. So it's about $800 for a new washer. Or I can spend $200 and get this piece. So I went ahead and spent $200 and ordered a brand new one off of eBay. I don't know, I just kept, Mike, do I spend that kind of money? Or do I spend it on a new washer? So, I don't know. I decided to go ahead and save a little money, and since I already got it tore apart, we'll go ahead and change this. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get these bearings changed, and I'll show you how to change them out. Let me go drag this outside, and I'll put it on a 5-gallon bucket, and I kind of show you what I'm going to do. All right, see, I just put it on a 5-gallon bucket, just make it stabilize. We're going to knock out this outer seal first. And you can see when this gets compromised, the water comes in here, and you can see how now this bearing's all rusted out, and now it's shot. And you can see that bearing down there, that's the one we're going to knock out first. So get you a punch, put it right on the lip of that bearing. I'm trying to do this one-handed, but you'll get the point. Just hammer that, and then if it don't come out, knock it that way, then move it to the opposite side, and then give it a good couple of whacks, and then it should pop out of there. And then this bearing, or this seal, should come out just by putting a little pressure on it. If I can get this in there, since it's trash anyway, you can get your hammer in there and pry. Yeah, there you go, just pry it up. Ooh, look at how nasty that is. That's what happens. Seal gets compromised, water gets in, you can hear the bearing. Pretty bad. Son of a gun. Some people put silicone around this. I'm not a fan of that. So it's up to you if you want to put silicone on or not. I'm just going to clean it good and drive it in. Alright, let me knock this bearing off. Like I said, you'll knock this bearing off, and you'll take this, flip it upside down, and knock the other one out, and then give it a good cleaning. All right, we got this one outer bearing knocked out, and then our inner bearing. Like I said, 5-gallon bucket works great. Let's take a look at these bearings. Ugh. Look how nasty that is. There's our bearing. You can see it is shot. A little rusty. There's one. And you can't mix these up, so when you get your new bearings, one's smaller than the other. I believe the smaller one is your outer, and your bigger one is your inner, and then you'll have your seal. And this is basically the heart of it. If this goes out, those will go out. All right, let me clean that up and basically you reverse the process. We'll hammer it in. I'll probably use the hammer and punch and just slowly work my way around. And yeah, I'll show you. You know, I'm gonna make you guys suffer just like I'm having to suffer doing this. But hey, maybe you guys will learn something. You can do it yourself. Save you a few bucks. All right, we got our hammer, our punch, our bearing. I don't believe it's directional or anything, so. And it's a sealed bearing, but like I said, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter if it's full of water. Sealed's mainly just to keep the dirt crap out. All right, so that bearing will go in there, and then we're just gonna slowly hammer that, and it will stop. You can see right there, there's a edge right there, so you'll hear the difference when it starts. You start hammering it. When you get to the bottom of that, it'll have a totally different sound. It'll sound solid. Sorry, I'm just gonna kind of roughly show you how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a punch. You want to do the outside of your bearing. Don't do the inside. You'll screw your bearing up. Do the outside of the race. Work your way around here. Try not to slip and hit your seal. So just basically take your punch. All right, so take your punch and your hammer and just slowly, I just kind of do this. I work my way around. That way I know it's going around. That way I know it's seating evenly. You don't want it going like this, cockeyed. So just make sure you're just working your way around until it seats. And then when you get that in there, you'll do the same thing. This one, you should be able to just use your hammer and just kind of lightly tap it on the edge. So let me get this in. Like I said, I'm being lazy. I don't want to have to walk all the way down to my shop down there to go get my tripod. I'm kind of trying to hurry up and do this before it starts raining. It's always raining here in good old Arkansas. That damn mosquito biting my forehead. I killed his butt. All right, we got that seal in. We got our inner seal, all our bearing put in. Now we'll flip this over, and we only got the last bearing, the outer bearing. We'll get that put in, and I think we'll pretty much wrap it up on this one, and I'll let you know. We'll do a part 2 of when the flange spindle comes in, and we'll get that swapped out. All right, we got this flipped over. Now we'll just kind of try to do this one-handed. Just kind of work your way around like that. I'm going to put the camera down, but you get the idea. And then, like I said, you'll hear the difference and feel the difference once you get to the bottom. God dang, a freaking, mosquitoes are crazy out here right now. Look. See them flying? They are everywhere. All this rain we've had. Oh, you little sucker, look at that. You're gonna die today, buddy. Yeah. He got away. All right. I'm getting ate up. I gotta get this done and get in the house. All right. Well, this will finish it up. So you get the idea. We'll rendezvous back on this when I get the flange spindle in, and that shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. But like I said, this is all new to me. I've slept since then. I don't remember changing these bearings and it being this damn hard, but you know, that's been probably 4 years ago, maybe longer. I don't know. All right. Aggravation at its top. Peace out. Signing off. Ah. Damn you, Samson.